Good morning, Harry.
Good morning, Brian. My voice isn't here. I did have an early night, but 4 games in 2 days, hopefully 2 more today. I'm going to power through it. I'm hoping you're going to do the same. You sound better than I do this morning.
I do. I got a lot of sleep last night.
I did too, but the voice just isn't there. We are back. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. It's semifinal time, and we are taking on Arapahoe. Arapahoe versus Arapahoe. What?
Wow.
Yes, I did say it. It's Warriors versus Warriors.
We had to drive all the way to Eagle to play our brother team, huh?
It is your Navy versus the Arapahoe Maize squad here in the semifinals. I'd say let's go Warriors, but now I'm going to say let's go Navy Warriors.
That's a good one. I didn't think about that. If you say let's go Warriors, who do you know who you're cheering for? We got a late arrival here.
We're cheering for Arapahoe. They're cheering for each other. I don't think they're cheering for each other. There's a lot of friends between these teams, but I think all those friendships are left on the other side of the glass, on the other side of this barn that we're in right now in Eagle. It's all on the line. The winner of this one goes on to face the winner of Vail and Utah that are playing right now at Dobson.
You know, I remember talking with Sean Reed once when he was over there at DU. He said, they can be your best friends off the ice, but when they're on the ice, you need to just want to punish them. And that's what we need to do to this other Warriors team, Harry.
That's the plan. Let's hope the kids have that plan in their minds as well. We've got it up here in the stands. And we are all set. Foster, Fredette, and Weber out there with Cannonberg and DeLue. Jack Graham getting the start between the pikes.
Here we go.
And here it is, won there quickly by Navy. I'm going to have to call this Navy and Maize. Now on the far side, Cannonberg keeping that one in over to Weber on the sideboards. Circling back around, getting pushed against. Backhand attempt into the front of the net is picked off there by Maize. Maize puts it back out to the blue line. The ref puts a whistle in his mouth and then puts it back down. No offside on that one. No offside on this one either as Fredette works his way back into the zone, dumping it in deep. Picked back up by Maize. A shot on net there by your Navy team. Foster goes over to pick up the rebound. Foster working his way around, trying the wraparound. Second attempt shot there by Fredette. Covered up by the Maize goaltender. And then Navy are off to the hotter start here. The pressure straight down on top
I looked down and saw some gloves on the ice. There's a fight broke out. Did you see that?
Annie Bevan, I wouldn't put it past her. Just dropping the mitts and ready to throw down here this morning. She decides against it, back out to the point. The puck comes to her and she kicks it into the corner for Bodine. Centering pass off the side of the net. Haviland didn't see the rebounds that came out past him. McGowan dangling at the blue line, dumps it back in deep for Haviland, trying to go through the Maize players. Can't do it. Now he has it at the point to deflect it off the side of the net. Goalie hanging on to that one too. A minute and a half gone out of this first period. Shots on goal, 6-0 for your Navy team over the Maize. Won by Maize and cleared out of the zone. Bevan racing back for it. McGowan telling her to take it. But it's going to be icing.
Wow.
That was a weird play as they just
weird,
follow the puck down. Almost like in dreamland there.
You know, I think that's the first time the puck's gone over the center line.
That is. Bodine line still out there with Bevan and McGowan on the point. One back out to the blue line to Bevan. She goes across to McGowan. Has to be quick with it, dumping it into the corner for Bodine. Bodine gets tripped up. McGowan stepping in from the point. Back over to Haviland. Feeding Popovic. Takes the shot and puts that one a bit high up over the crossbar. Off the glass and then out of the zone here by Maize. Popovic getting back quick. Bevan backhanding it up, trying to find Bodine. Finds the Maize player, and then they bang up against the scorekeeper's box. Annie Bevan has it now. Tip back over to Popovic. Finds Bodine. Bodine goes deep into the corner with it. Haviland chasing it in on the left side. Haviland loses the puck there, gets taken down in the corner. The rest of his line changed up here now. Castillo and Stewart on the ice. Castillo working his way up the left side. Coming in strong. And gets that taken away right in front of the net. Players go down as they collide. Stewart keeping it in at the blue line. Coming over to the far side. Stewart still with it. Circles back around. Over to the far side. Lauber stepping in from the blue line. Takes a shot. Blocker save there by the Maize goalie. Manick finding Stewart. Kick back out by Maize. To the point and not out. Held in there. Manick goes around, dumping that one back in deep. Good pressure here by the Navy squad to start this game. Sorry. Stewart can't get it through the legs of the defender, and the Maize team wraps around the far side. Lauber stepping in, pinching. Castillo picks it up off the boards. Castillo takes a shot, rifles that one just outside the post. And Maize still can't get it out. Kolchevsky puts it off of Manick's shin pads, and that comes all the way down the ice.
Hey,
Graham touches up on it.
Yeah, he got some action there, Harry.
I hope that's all the action he sees for the rest of this game. Castillo now coming through center ice, gaining the offensive zone. A couple of players going towards the net. He works it wide, making the pass across. Burdette couldn't get the tip going the right direction. And now Maize has it in their corner. Backhanded out, stepping in is Cannonberg from the point over to Castillo, working his way on the backhand. Centering attempt off the players in front. And DeLue now keeping this in on the right point. DeLue with the shot deflected and then blocked in front. Cannonberg has another attempt. It gets tipped in front a little bit there. Hung onto by the Maize goaltender. Keeping this a 0-0 game with 10 minutes left to go. Everybody who's up bright and early, I know we got people in British Columbia who are an hour behind us, getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to watch this game. Thank you for your support. Harry Haviland, Brian Bodine here with the OTT Sports Network. One game right now, the winner goes on to play another. Well, we're hoping for back-to-back games here this morning. We're up at the Vail Sportsmanship Tournament. This is their 5th game in 3 days so far. Foster clear of the zone. Cannonberg at the blue line. Maize trying to push their way through. Cannonberg gets it back on his tape. Can't get it all the way up to Foster. Back over, and now one-on-one coming in on DeLue. DeLue kicks that out of the hands of the attacking Maize player, but the next one just comes right back in. Off the boards and not out. Maize pushing their way in. DeLue strips him of the puck and then makes that pass up to Foster. Racing up with Fredette, 2-on-1, makes the pass across. Fredette takes a shot, looking for that far top corner, just misses wide. Taken out by Maize, they make the pass up. Goes into the corner for Bevan to pick it up behind her net. Sees some opening, she's gonna carry this one up the ice, making the pass. And then tipped over to Foster, goes around a couple, splits the D, takes a shot, and wow! Flashing the leather there, the Maize goaltender steals one away from Foster. Great burst of speed by him there, coming out of neutral ice, splitting those D, and getting a great shot off. Bodine, Popovic, and Haviland back out there. McGowan and Bevan on D. I saw this ref pull into the parking lot this morning. His license plate says penalty box. There's a little fun fact about the referee for you this morning. Tipped up there by Bodine. Goaltender hangs on.
I got
Camera's a little crooked this morning.
I need to tighten it a little bit.
McGowan with the shot and tipped in front. Did Bodine get a piece of that, or did that go all the way in? I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter who scored it. Your Navy team takes a 1-0 lead here. 7 minutes and 28 seconds left to go. First period still coming at you here in Eagle, Colorado. They're all giving McGowan the high fives. We're going to give that one to Graham. Ref's whistle still works, and so does Bodine's face-off techniques as he wins that one back to Bevan. Popovic pushing his way into the corner. Bodine alongside him. Pop still working through off of Haviland behind the net. Popovic out to the point, but
danger.
a weird bounce, and then Maize team takes this, coming in one-on-one against Bevan. Can't go through her. She now forces it out to the far side. Still taking it down. McGowan goes hard into the boards, tripping on his own. Maize pushing it deep. Haviland over on the far side, picking it up off the boards. Feeding it out. Can't clear past the blue line. Finally does. And then dump back in. Out over Popovic's stick. And Maize backhanding it down. They're going to call that one an icing as it goes across that goal line with 6:11 left to go. You got that thing figured out yet? Doing some spinning around, making our viewers dizzy. I hope everybody took their gravel this morning.
I think that's a little better. It's a little tight, though. I think we got it figured out, Harry.
We got it figured out? All right. It's only taken a couple of games, but we finally got the camera figured out. We think we got the microphones figured out. Nobody's texted in to complain yet this morning. Lauber with the puck at center ice. Maize trying to get it through. Manic tipping it back up over the red line. And here comes Maize walking into the zone. Getting hacked at there. And then putting one up off the glass. Kolchevsky trying to get it out of his own zone. Maize picks it up. Takes a shot right on Graham. He gets some action making the save. Kolchevsky behind his own net. Loses it up at his skates. Tip to Manic. Manic can't clear the zone. Back to Kolchevsky and Lauber in front. And Jack Graham coming diving out of his net.
Wow.
Picks that one off and covers up for the whistle.
You can hear the crowd, the fans on both sides here.
I don't know. These Arapahoe fans are just out of control over there. I don't know what's going on.
Barking directions to the kids.
Out to the point. Maize keeping it in. Shot blocked at the blue line. Cannonberg. How is Cannonberg going to get the penalty for that? Cannonberg gets the rough, but the player went at him first. It's not an interference call. 2 minutes for being stronger than the other player is what we're going to call that one. But there's going to be a penalty to kill off here as the penalty killers jump off the bench, making sure we've got 2D out. Burdette and Foster, McGowan and Bevan.
Oh boy.
One by Maize. They whiff on a shot in the slot. Foster trying to bang this one out. Maize keeping it in at the blue line. And Fredette coming out with it short-handed as he works his way down the ice, 1-on-3. Going wide around. Still hanging on to this. Fredette keeping him. Making the pass across to Bevan. Great shot there. Oh! Blocked down. And Maize trying to get it out of their own zone. Short-handed attempt. Coming back the other way now. Maize trying to keep it in the blue. That wasn't offside. That was inside the zone. I don't know what's going on with the ref here this morning. Mr. Penalty Box on his
Speaking of penalty, that penalty hasn't moved.
We're still at 1:50. It's supposed to be 1:30 penalty, but we're at 1:50 and it's not coming off the clock. And now the ref's going to come over here. The time's still coming down off the clock, but not the penalty. Oh, they've got it figured out. And the clock continues to run. That's a good way to kill off a penalty right there. It is,
yeah. We should do that more often.
Oh! In front, held up. McGowan's going to go to the box for getting his stick held. How? They're calling McGowan on the hold on that one.
I can't believe that call either.
But McGowan lost his stick because the other player was holding on to it.
Wow.
Okay, 5-on-3. It is what it is.
Okay.
Cannonberg getting instructions from the bench, and he's got to get jumping into this play. I see that's a good call by the coaches as they're 5-on-3 in the defensive zone. Back to Kolchevsky behind the net. I don't know how much time's left in the Cannonberg penalty.
Signaling that at 2:30, that's when the penalty is over.
At 2:30, that means there's 5 seconds left to go, 3 seconds left to go. Cannonberg's ready to jump out of the box here and join up. 5-on-4 now for the Maize. for the next, I have no idea how long. Shot went wide. Weber coming out shorthanded now, still 5-on-4. Weber dumping it in deep, going around the player, going into the corner, chasing this one down. Manick in front with him. Kolchevsky and Haviland on the blue line. Oh, as Lauber was in deep with that. That'll mean Haviland moves up to the front. Lauber steps back onto the blue line to continue killing this one off until it runs out, because I have no idea what time. Tripping over the blue line there, no call. Maize working away in deep.
Oh my goodness.
Shot, and then cleared back out to the point, held in by Maize. They rip another one, blocked by Kannenberg in front. Up off the boards, Maize dumps that one back in deep. Cleared outside of the blue line by Kannenberg.
And we have no idea when this next penalty is up, huh?
I'm hoping somebody does. And they let that player off. Kolchevsky pushing back, Popovic stepping in. Kolchevsky gets that one taken away from him off the angle playing a Maize. In
my
front,
goodness.
and Graham falls down on top
Holy
of that.
cow.
Woo!
Seems like an awful long time for this penalty, Harry.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not sure what's going on here. The coach is talking to the refs saying, hey, we got to get this figured out. We need to know when our players are coming out of the box. People can't run the clock.
Well, it's just impossible that the penalty is still going, because the other guy got out at 2:30, and they were both in the box at the same time.
That is true, and now we're down to 44 seconds left in this period. Trying to find Haviland up far. Now they're going to whistle that one down for icing. McGowan steps out of the box after his 4-minute and 75-second penalty. And we got 30 seconds left to run down this first period. Not sure if they're even going to get a chance to drop the puck as both teams finalizes their changes.
That was weird. That was a weird exchange there.
I was in here early setting up the camera and everything, and I heard the scorekeepers talking, saying neither of them have ever done this.
Oh.
They were trying to figure out how to run the clock, do the scorekeeping. So, I mean, I give all the credit in the world to the volunteers. I hate that job down there. That's why I volunteered for this one. But the buzzer does sound. It's the end of the first period.
That was weird, Harry.
That was weird. We do have a first intermission special, though, I am sure, with a
You know what's not
spotlight
weird?
player.
Yeah, we do. Got a chance to spend some time last night with Omar Castillo. We had a good time. You know, he's from Ray, Colorado, small town, kind of a little bit northeast of Denver. Kind of knew some of those same small farm towns. Anyway, had a good conversation with them. Learned a little bit more about Owen, and that is who our spotlight player is on, Owen Castillo. Got a little bit of a freeze here. So, okay, Owen Castillo, forward here for our Navy Warriors. His favorite team. Guess who his favorite team is?
Can't be the Avalanche, can it?
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Avalanche. Actually watching them last night, I'm surprised they have any fans after that 8-2 thumping they took. Anyway, favorite player is Connor Bedard-Bedsy, just into the league this year, that fantastic phenom rookie from the Blackhawks. Other thing he's really into is video games. I could have said a blanket statement about any of the players, I think, for that one. But and I love this fun fact. I wish this was new to you, but you heard it too last night. He is a snake fan. He is the exact opposite of Indiana Jones. He loves snakes.
A snake wrangler.
Yeah, the snake wrangler. So there you go. A little more about Owen Castillo.
I bet Omar was telling us about that. He'd go collect bull snakes from the farm and just bring them back in.
Just like he was picking frogs, but he's picking up bull snakes. I mean, I used to like to catch frogs, but certainly not bull snakes.
And a shout out to his family watching out there in eastern Colorado.
Oh, right.
They're always tuning in, big fans of the broadcast and big fans of this Warriors-Navy team. The ref is in here now giving instructions on how to run a score clock.
We might have it figured out.
We're hoping so.
That minute 90 penalty, or minute 50 penalty finally got taken down.
And the Maize team banging their sticks against the boards. It's 1-0. There's still a lot of hockey left to play, but I'd like to see the Navy squad put a couple more past this Maize goaltender.
Yeah, they looked really sharp at the beginning of that period, and I'd have to give the advantage to Maize the second part of that game.
I think so. Maize coming at it, but Stewart now going in deep into the offensive zone, going in against Maize. Stewart gets put up against the boards. Castillo comes in, bumps there, and the ref was thinking about calling Castillo on it, but he goes tit for tat, and what happens one way goes the other. Stewart stick handling his way through, getting pushed off. And Maize looking to work their way out of their own zone, out to the point, kept in by Cannonberg. Stick handles through one, can't get through three. Manic keeping it in at the blue line briefly, and Stewart chases it out. Cannonberg sticks that one down. Maize turns, claps that off a player. It was deflected, and Cannonberg's forced to pick it up in his own end. Now we've got 1:06 left on our penalty clock, and nobody's in the box. So at least the clock's running down. They figured that out. The puck sneaks across the blue line. Maize backhands it back in, and they call it offside. Because the ref saw a player that I didn't.
I think they're practicing penalties.
Practice penalties.
I guess that's the only thing I can think of, Harry.
As long as they're just practice penalties for the scorekeepers and not for our Navy squad. Foster trying to get that one back, falls down on top of the puck on the dot. And Bevan puts it off the far boards. McGowan racing up for it, keeping that head of steam, working his way in, gets it sticked off, and then tipped out of the zone. Maize the other way, stays onside, dumping it in deep, trying to go around Bevan. Weber back to it first, tipping it off the boards. Maize kicks it off their skate, trying to center the puck. Backhand out to the point. Shot coming in. Foster with the hand eye to knock that one down into the corner. McGowan around the far side. Weber there to pick it up. Weber can't go around the Maize player. Comes off the side of the net, and Bevan rings it around for Fredette. Fredette settles that puck down, feeds it up to Foster, goes through, and then drops that one back over for Weber. Weber shooting in front, looking for the tip. Fredette right there. It goes under the goalie's pads, and they hang on to that one.
That was a little bit better play there, but I still got to say that the ice seems to be tilted towards the Maize.
We've been playing way too much in our end compared to the way we started this game. I'll just leave it at that and see what the Bodine line can do out there with Bevan and McGowan. Comes out to McGowan, shoots that one in, kicked out to the point. That sneaks past the blue line. Bevan hands that over to McGowan and puts it up to Popovic, who was skating back into the play. Popovic puts it back to Bevan. Spinning back around, she puts it up off the boards to Popovic, who clears the zone, trying to tip it up to Bodine. Pop goes down in front of his own bench, and Bodine spins it into the zone. Blocking it, keeping it in is Popovic at the blue line. Pop off the boards, turn with a slash there. Pop with the shot. Haviland looking for the rebound. Has it over the far side. Still has it up. Haviland drops it off for Bevan sneaking in. They've been working on that move. Who's going to get the penalty here? It's going to be Maize for the hold this time. Okay.
Wow.
Wrestling with Bevan in behind the net. Maize gets a holding call and sees the bench.
Let's see if we get the penalty up on the board.
That's the most exciting part about this.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Scorekeepers do it.
Apparently not.
No, it's just going to be puck dropped here. Oh, they do have it up. It's running 1:28 on the penalty clock. Stewart working in deep on the power play. Back out to Lauber. Getting set up here. They work their way in from the blue line. Lauber with the shot. Glove down and loose. Bang it in front. Out to the point. Held in. Kolcheski kicking it deep into the corner. Stewart behind the net. Pushes a player in the back. And they're still fighting for it. Puck is loose into the skates now. Castillo bumping back to Stewart.
Let's get out of my way. Our spotlight
Stewart can't
player.
get that one out. Lauber in deep around the corner with Manic in front. Lauber takes a shot. It's loose. Manic bouncing over his stick. Player still in the box. Another 38 seconds left to go.
A hold there
and
too.
There's going to be a penalty. Another one against Maize. But we'll see a puck drop here 5-on-3, but that player's going to be getting out of the box in 26 seconds.
I mean, it's going to take him a minute and a half or two just to get the penalty up on the scoreboard.
Did I show you what I got from the candy store yesterday?
Yes.
The OTT mascot, a squirrel in his underwear. I have no idea what it means, but Kai figured if he was going to spend $75 on useless candy, he'd bring me back something, and this is what I got. Oh, taking the shot. Maize still has it. Oh, the goalie covers up finally as they were digging for that rebound. 1:14 left to go in this 5-on-4. 9:30 into second period. New Navy's only up 1-0. They're pounding this goalie with shots. Can't solve them here, which has seemed to be the problem in a lot of scenarios this season.
Certainly has been.
Out to the point, DeLu passing across to Cannonberg, stepping in out the blue line, shoots into the goalie for another whistle.
Just wasting more time.
Yeah, just letting that time tick off the power play. Drop the puck and let's go. Foster back to Cannonberg. Shoots that one. It's got blocked in front by Maize, but almost onto their own goalie. Fredette fighting behind the net. Foster now with them.
Oh.
Weber tips that back into Foster, working his way out of the corner. Gets it knocked off his stick. Out to the point, but Weber stops it before it gets there.
Oh, my goodness.
Fredette drops for Cannonberg, who dumps that one deep into the
10
corner.
10 seconds left on the penalty.
DeLu holding it in the blue line, pounding it right back in for Foster. Maize
Oh,
trying to clear it. Fredette in front. Takes a shot, and it's blocked into the corner by Maize. Off the boards to Foster. Short side shot. Goalie didn't hang on to that Foster attempt, and it's kicked right back out to Cannonberg. Dumping it in again. Devin Foster chasing it behind the net. Maize spins back the other way with it. Trying to break this out. Gets it to center. Weber got a piece of it, but it still comes out the far side. Weber chasing that one right back down. Cannonberg flips it up and out of the zone. And Maize tips it back, but not all the way in. They get back on side as Maize now works their way into the zone. Falls down as he comes up against Weber. Can't clear the zone. Cannonberg finally knocks it out. Picked up by Maize at their own blue line. Trying to go across, Fredette blocks it. Now he has an opportunity for Fredette. Oh my goodness! Fredette with the patience on that move. Sucked the goalie down, goes around, make it sit 2-0 now, Navy.
What a good interception there.
Great work at the blue line, blocking that one down and then finding it. Eli Fredette making the 12-0 apparently, the score clock says. This is great. I'm liking these scorekeepers now. They can't control our penalties, but now we got 122-0 up on the score clock.
124.
124 now. Here we go. This is getting better and better. Up over the net, that shot goes. I guess we still have a hockey game going on. I don't know if Maize is going to come back and score 124 against us here in the next period and a half. Popovic coming in hot there. Puck goes up over and into the bench. Now it's back to 0. We went from 124 goals back down to 0. I liked it being 124-0 better.
Oh, they got it, Harry. So back,
2-0. 6:22 left to go, period 2. Bodine, Popovic, Haviland, Kolchevsky, and Bevan. One back to Bevan. She's racing for it.
Maize got it work.
Chasing it. Puts it up off the boards. Can't get it to Popovic. Maize picks it up.
That kid was 8 strides offsides. Maybe 18 or 124.
124 strides inside the blue line, making that an offside.
We got a new subscriber.
Another new subscriber.
Yeah.
Welcoming all these new fans, everybody across the globe, the OTT Sports Network continuing to grow. From eastern Colorado to South Africa, Kuwait, we've got somebody tuning in from working in the oil fields of Kuwait. And of course, that submarine off the coast of Japan that surfaced just so they could get satellite signal. Welcoming everybody. Bevan pinching in deep. Around the boards, the rest of her team didn't see what she was doing. Now Stewart goes to chase it back in. Out to Castillo, swing and a miss. Maize comes out of their own zone. Getting a stick on, it's McGowan, then making the pass up is Maize. Can't get a shot off as 5 players collapse on him. Player goes down holding his face, but they hold it in at the blue line. McGowan back into his own end. Off the boards, keeping this one to himself. McGowan backhands it up to center, just to the right of Castillo, back over to Manick off of his skate, and Maize dumps it in deep again. McGowan chasing it. Backhands around. Oh! Stewart takes a trip there and falls down. Bevan can't clear it out. It does skip across the blue line. They spin it back in. Another offside call on Maize. 4:27 left to go. Second period here on the OTT Sports Network. Harry Haviland, Brian Bodine, keeping our voices alive just for you. Foster, Weber, Fredette.
Oh boy.
Maize working their way into the corner. Lauber fighting for it against that Maize player. He's pushing on him hard. Maize with the pressure behind the net, defensively doing a great job as Lauber to hold him off. And now Fredette on the far side. Has Weber staying onside. Fredette still goes in. Maize picks the puck up behind their own net. Fredette against the boards, backhanding it in behind for Weber. Or Foster, sorry. Weber up on the other side, working his way across right now, back out to the point. Klachevsky across to Lauber.
Oh,
Lauber walking
right
in. Shot. Oh, that one gets a stick on it from the Maize defender and putting it over to the side. Foster down in the corner, working his way out. Maize player on top of him, strips him of the puck, and Maize gets it out of their zone. Doesn't get too far there. Klachevsky keeping it in, and there's going to be a penalty.
What?
Foster going for the
Cross
trip.
check from behind.
Over a cross check.
Yeah, cross check from
really?
behind.
I saw the player
it's
go
just
down. I didn't see what he did
It
there.
was a totally unneeded play.
Uh-oh. That means we're going to see a minute and 2,407,000 up on the penalty clock here. And Maize with the power play. It is just a minute and 30 and it's running. They've got it figured out down there. Great job by our scorekeepers. Kannenberg up to Weber. As Manick at center. Weber just carrying this across. They're going to keep that onside.
Oh!
Weber keeping it tipped in. Another stick of Weber doing an awesome job there at the blue line. All the way up.
Good outlet pass there.
In behind. Duluth. Force him to the outside, skates around. Another stick on that one from Kannenberg. Back out, and another penalty for interference on Kannenberg, who doesn't even have a stick. And another 5-on-3. I guess we don't just take one penalty, we got to take two.
They got to come in bunches.
Five on three for another 28 seconds at least. McGowan circling behind his own net. Up off the boards. Manick's waiting for it there. They managed to clear it out. Maize checking up at center ice. Walk back in onside. Take the shot. Good save there. Graham saw that one coming. Puts it up off the mesh. And as soon as this puck drops, we're going to see. And now the minute and 30 penalty just started. How's that? How does that minute 30 just start, though? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
He's been in the box for. The penalty wasn't just called there, was it? They were playing 5-on-3 well before that.
Oh, my goodness. What a save.
Anyway, I don't know how this works. Out of the zone it goes. Now we're down to a minute and 7 on the penalty. I take it back all that credit I was giving to those scorekeepers.
I liked it better when it was 124-0.
Maize pushing in, still with the power play here. 30 seconds left to go in the second period. Maize takes the shot.
Oh.
That one gets deflected in front, goes around. That's going to be a power play goal for Maize. It's now 2-1. Navy still with the lead, but a dangerous one as that.
Yeah.
As we're going to be entering the third period, 2-1. They've got to find some jump in their step and get going the other direction here, Brian.
They looked great when they first came out. Now this is hard to watch.
I'm not sure what got into
Ah,
maybe at the end of that one, but a couple of penalties that I don't know if they're questionable or not. And I got that message. Somebody liked the squirrel. I've got to show these too.
okay.
Last night we're at the pizza party. We're having a lot of fun at the pizza party, and the kids are drawing pictures. I said, well, you guys don't get to see me. You get to hear my voice. What do you think I actually look like up there in the broadcast booth? And this is what I got. I don't know who. They didn't write their names. But these are the players' renditions of what Harry Haviland looks like. There's one.
I like that.
I don't know what this is. This is some kind of Picasso action going on there. Apparently, I'm a thug life kind of guy. I got thug written on my hat on this one. And Jack signed this one. I'm finally smiling in the last picture. So appreciate the kids. We had a lot of fun at that pizza party. I sat at the players' table, and some of the conversation was intellectual is not the word for it, but it was fun. Let's just say it was interesting and fun.
I love to hear that. Yeah, look, that's the best part of these travel hockey trips is the kids getting together, whether it's the pool, the hot tub, the pizza parties. That's the whole reason they want to do these out-of-town tournaments.
I'm with. I didn't go down to the hot tub last night. I heard there was a bunch of people down there, but it was all still very early. Finishing up our last game by 3 o'clock, back to the hotel. But they've got some work to do here in this third period. They're up 2-1, 5-on-5 hockey to start the third. The winner of this game going on to play in the championship round at 11:45. Maize working it in deep. Lobber now behind his own net. Up to Popovic. Behind him. Over to Haviland behind him. Before he gets control of that, it gets tipped down. Lobber banging up against the boards. Bodine going around the player at the blue line. It is inside. It gets tipped back out there by Maize. Backhanded in. Maize controlling at their own line. Out to center. Popovic off of his skate. Maize picks it back up at center ice. Haviland knocks it into the corner for Lobber. Up off the boards.
Whoa.
Sneaks past everybody out to the blue line.
Oh my
in
goodness.
on Graham, who just holds onto that.
I think that shot surprised him. Surprised me too, because I didn't even have the video on him.
We got to go play on that end of the ice here. I'm a little nervous. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here.
I agree.
Castillo bending down low. Maize with a clean win. Back to the point.
boy.
Shot deflected.
He didn't see that one either.
Into the corner for Delu. Out to Stewart. Can't get that one past the Maize defender. Finally bangs it up off the boards, and Castillo chasing it deep into the offensive zone. Maize all the way around the far side. Cannonberg tips it right back in over to Manick, working his way through the corner. Manick centering pass all the way out to the point to Delu.
Oh boy.
Takes a shot blocked at the blue line. Castillo across to Manick, has an opening, takes the shot.
He got
Boy,
that
makes
X. He got the X.
Coming across the red line is Maize, dumping this one deep. Cannonberg pushing up against the boards.
Uh-oh.
Blocked in front, sliding in front of that. One was Delu. Back over to Stewart. Clap back, but Stewart picks it up at the red line. Stewart with Weber coming off the bench. Stewart stick handling his way into the corner.
Oh.
Tries to center that one over, doesn't get it to Weber, and Foster comes in. Foster goes down. McGowan holding it at the blue line. Easy stick save for the big goaltender in blue. Bevan stepping in. Backhand towards the front of the net. Doesn't make it all the way there. Maize blocks it down and comes out of their own end with some speed. Passing across to center ice is Maize. Into the corner.
Oh my
Maize
God.
in front. Right through the crease. Back out to Fredette. Centers.
Whoa.
And they're going to call that a penalty as Foster gets rocked at the blue line. Coming out is Bevan. They're trying to call Jack out of the net. Bevan takes a shot. Oh, and they're by the goal. And they whistle that one down. There's going to be an interference call going against Maize at the blue line, taking Foster out. The power play, I can't say it, but they have to capitalize on this power play opportunity.
Absolutely, Harry.
It's stop time now, 1:30 on the clock. 5-on-4 for Navy. Telling their player to shake off the penalty. I don't think it was a bad call. But they're trying to figure out what they want out there. Maize has got their right 4 players out on the ice now. Foster, Fredette, and Weber still out there. McGowan with a blast from the point. Rifles that off the backboards. Fredette into the corner. One gets set up. Gets banged against the glass. Weber behind the net. Stick handling backhand pass attempt to Fredette. Gets picked off there by Maize. Up to center. Next year, that would have been an absolute blow up at center ice.
Yeah.
They got to get used to not passing behind those guys at center. They're turned around looking for it, Ed.
Those suicide passes don't last long. You don't last long when you do those.
That's good for a headache. That's what that's good for right there. Minute 4 left on this power play. 11:43 to go in the 3rd period. 2-1 Warriors up over their Maize counterparts. Kolchevsky behind his net. Up the far boards to Weber.
Oh my
Gets
goodness.
it out of the zone. Sticks up ahead for Foster. Foster taking it wide. Gets bumped up against the boards. Puck taken away from him. Holding in at the point there. Lauber still spins with it. Gets it back in deep. Good work there by Jacob Lauber. Kolchevsky with the shot, blocked in front, right over to Fredette, who's going to have another opportunity with it here. Centering pass, another bang, and Foster is still loose. Keeps crashing at it, but the puck is smothered up there by the goalie from Maize. 5-on-4 for another 28 seconds as the next power play unit steps out. That's going to be the Bodine line. With Kolchevsky and Lauber holding the blue line strong. 10:59 left to go in this 2-1 lead in the 3rd. Bodine with the win over to Popovic. Goes around the player into the corner. On the board, centering pass. Nobody there as Haviland was going behind the net. Lauber holding it in at the blue line. Lauber working his way to the front. Gets run into by a player with no stick. Lauber recognizes that, tips it back around. And then they clear it all the way out to center. Kolchevsky dumping that one in deep. Chasing it down now is Maize getting there first. They can't clear it out. Bodine taps it back in. Bodine, center. Oh my goodness gracious! Can't get the second shot. Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, Harry.
That was there was nothing between like that little black round thing and the back of that like red shaped iron thingy.
Oh, Harry.
Wow, Popovic had that one on his stick and couldn't put it home. Good look there, though. Trying to center that one. Bodine puts it across. Penalty is over. 5-on-5 with Castillo's line at the helm. Duluth stepping in off the blue line. His shot's blocked by the Maize defender. Maize puts it up off the boards. Manic at the blue line. They keep that one in. Castillo has it.
Look like that.
Centering over to Stewart. Onto the goaltender and held on.
Wow.
Oh,
This
frantic
is a little,
action here.
This
This is way tighter than I want it to be right now.
Oh, me too, Harry.
One back to Duluth. Bringing that one into the corner, around the boards. Cannonberg steps in, but Maize tips it out across the blue line. 3 players swinging sticks at there, and Maize dumps it in deep. Cannonberg back behind his own net. Up to the far side, and then feeding Stewart. Stewart and Castillo coming in. Stewart takes a shot right into the shin pads of the Maize player. Now Stewart banging up against the boards. Manic coming over to help him out. Manic gets pinched off that one, and Maize has it behind their own net. Here comes Maize out of the zone. Making the pass up, tipped there by a big stick of Cannonberg. Manic back to it. Maize trying to go around. Makes that. I would have taken that penalty there. Duluth.
Holy cow.
Oh, Graham, does he get on top? Oh, Graham does get on top of that. I thought Graham was going to get a penalty for that one. He did a good job tying up the player so Graham can stop that puck and hold on for the whistle. 9:05 now left to go.
This is tense, Harry.
I don't like the puck in this end of the ice.
Oh, no.
Maize turns. Bevan picks it up. Backhand behind the net. McGowan swinging it around in his own zone. Up the boards. Tipped out there by Weber looking for Foster. Finally finds him, and then Maize joins the party and tips it the other way. Weber off the boards. Foster gets run into, and Fredette now can't get it past the Maize player, who's off to the races the other way. Coming into the offensive zone. McGowan sticks it into the corner. Centering pass. Puck bouncing in front. And Foster has it. Foster up to Fredette. Can't get around that Maize player. Turns, picks it back up. Fredette working his way across the blue line with it. Can't hold it in. Back over to McGowan at center ice. Puts it up off the boards. Bevan sees it and feeding it to Fredette out of his reach. And Maize can't clear the zone. Weber flipped it in on the net. It was deflected into the goaltender's glove, hanging on for yet another whistle.
Another penalty?
Penalty against Maize. I didn't see what happened there.
I didn't see that one either.
Getting consoled in the penalty box is the Maize player, but O'Dane, Haviland, Popovic, Bevan, McGowan out there on a power play opportunity. Yet another one they have to capitalize on.
Yeah.
Out to Bevan. Into Haviland, passing that cross to Bodine. Spins, and another block shot by Maize, going down, getting in front of these pucks. Bevan holds the blue line. Bodine tipping it back in. The rest of the players were out of the zone, heading the other way. And now Maize clears it out. Now McGowan, Popovic back into it, dumps that one in. They wave icing off.
For some reason.
Around the boards hard, Bodine up against him. Haviland putting it on his tape. Pass it into Popovic. He was going towards the front of the net and left the puck behind him. Out to the point to Bevan, holding it in. Feeding Bodine. Back to Bevan, into the corner for Haviland. Trying to center to Bodine, walking in. Popovic turns with the shot. Haviland wrap around, couldn't backhand it towards the front of the net. And they flipped that one all the way out to center ice for McGowan. Backhands to Bevan. They're going to turn this around quickly with 30 seconds left to go. Popovic walking in. Popovic doing a little dance and taking a tumble. Flipped out to the point over Bevan. Icing waved off. McGowan into his zone. How was that waved off?
I think they said she tipped it.
Oh, she did go off of her glove, and it still made it all the way down the ice. Bodine to Haviland, who puts it back over to Bevan. Popovic feeding it into the far side. Kai Haviland chasing it into the corner. Stick hand on the round one.
That play.
Working his way through. Still has it wrap around. No, doesn't get all the way through. Maize comes over, bangs that away from him, and then kick it out to the point and out of the zone. Lauber into it, running into a player. And they call that offside. Not a penalty, is it? Oh, just an offside call here. 6:23 left to go, third period here in Eagle, Colorado.
Need a little insurance here.
I'm a little bouncy right now. I don't like this one-goal lead against a Maize team that's been playing unreal. And they've had their opportunities here, and they're looking for another one as they win this face-off. Duluth forcing them wide, knocking them off of that puck. Castillo puts a body in front there. Turn shot blocked there by Castillo. Can't get it out of the zone. Maize bounce it back. Kick pass over there to Castillo from Manick. Castillo working his way through, still has it. Gets taken out there. That was a trip.
He popped right back up.
In front and another cover up. He did pop right back up. He's tough and ready to go. But the other player swung his legs around and took Owen Castillo's out from underneath him. Keeping the shift short here. Foster, Fredette, Weber step out onto the ice. Foster can't get a shot off. Fredette backhand in front, blocked down in front of the defense. Another shot, pad save. That was the wrong stick on that one. Lauber out to the point. Shot in off the side of the net. The other side, Kolchevsky stepping into it. Up to Fredette, Weber in behind the net, or Foster in behind the net, Weber in front.
Oh!
Foster.
Ooh! Oh!
Maize coming out across the red line, dumping it in deep. Lauber chasing it down. Lauber up the boards.
Oh!
Tip past Weber and held into the blue line. On to Graham, who collapses on top of it, closing the mitt and forcing the whistle.
Oh! Wow.
And another line change here. Fans all on their feet. Nobody even sitting in this building. Packed house, 8 o'clock in the morning start, and everybody is up and ready for it. Cannonberg off the glass and not out. Bodine.
What is
to
that?
Popovic, and they still can't get it out. DeLue now passing it back to Maize at the blue line. Popovic comes back. DeLue swinging, knock in front. Makes its way over to Haviland, who passes it up to Bodine, who's got a race against this Maize player. Tips it off the boards. Popovic now forces it in deep. Getting the angle. Pop centering, but it goes off the back of the net. Tipped over to the side here, and Maize has it in their own end. Going behind the net. Haviland steals the puck away from him. Then he gets it taken right back away by another Maize player. Bodine with a swing. Maize controlling in their own end, looking to break this out. Centering over to Cannonberg. Oh. Cannonberg has a rolling puck, not fire, and then in front, loose, and bounces out. They just clear the zone. Right back to DeLue. DeLue working his way up the left side. Off the blue line, backhanded in there by Popovic. That is going to be on the wrong side of the mesh in the glass. It's out of bounds and out of play. 4:05 left to go. Clinging to this 2-1 lead.
That was a pretty frantic shift that down low there, Harry. I thought one of those cleaning up the trash goals might go in down there.
We're hoping for another opportunity to do it here. Bevan banging it to Stewart. Right back out by Maize to Bevan at center ice. Maize going around her. She gets back in on the play. Maize passing it across off a couple of maybe sticks and to Manick.
Oh boy.
Manick backhands that one behind the net for McGowan. Backhanded pass again over to Bevan. Up the boards for Stewart. And to center ice, picked up by Maize. Turned around is Stewart. Finding Castillo. Can't handle the pass, and it goes right back out. Maize just clearing the zone. They don't want to see this puck deep. Maize coming in the other side, offensively splitting the D, working their way through.
I thought that was in.
Backhanded that one wide. Castillo around the boards, clearing the zone. To center, Maize has it. Off the boards, stolen there by Manick. Can't toe drag around, Castillo backhands it in, Maize around the boards. Fredette and Kolchevsky both get to it. Fredette back to Kolchevsky, couldn't feed it back to him, intercepted by Maize. Clearing the zone, and with some speed through center ice, Maize gaining in. Knocked down there, Lauber with a good defensive play. Back out to Fredette, over to Weber at center. Bangs it just in front of his reach, going against the boards now to keep it in. That one's offside. Lauber couldn't get to it in time. 2:32 left to go. This clock doesn't feel like it's moving to me right now. This 2-1 lead for the Navy over the Maize to find out who gets to play at 11:45 back in Vail. Foster with the clean win, back to Lauber, who dumps it in deep. Fredette chases into the corner, banged out to the point by Maize and held in by Kolchevsky. Kolchevsky still has it, and kicks it right back in. Foster working his way around the far side of the net for it, breaks it up. Foster with Weber, back over to Foster. Can't center for Fredette. Fredette's going to skate behind the net to get it, banging it over to the far side. Weber was going towards up front. Now he and Foster chase it down.
Good
Weber,
stick.
Good interception there. Over to Fredette, back to Foster, to Fredette. Doing a good job keeping this one deep.
Let's get a shot on goal here, boys.
Get a shot is what they need, exactly. Weber Fires. Oh! Looking for the deflection in front was Foster. It goes wide. Good job there,
play.
Foster, keeping that one in.
Keeping the puck in the zone.
Back for Fredette. 1:30 left to tick off this clock. Foster behind the net. 2 players on top of him. Fredette.
Oh boy.
Now it's up off the boards. Maize coming the other way. Centering pass. 1-on-2 the opposite direction. Galoo
Oh my
pushing
goodness.
wide. Make the pass in front. Looking for the shot. Deflected.
Where are
Get it out of
what are the
there. Chipped
Navy
up
kids
out to
doing?
the point. Maize keeps it in at the blue line. Their goalie is pulled. 6-on-5 here with 1:03 left to go. Out of the zone, tipped up there by Maize. Popovic racing after. Would love to see an empty netter. Here's Pop. All the way through center, making a tip. Oh, offside. Offside is what they call there. As Popovic and who's screaming over there?
I don't know.
I don't know what they're doing. There's a timeout, but the fans don't seem to like it.
Not at all.
It was an offside. Offside. I don't know. I'm just listening to the fans getting right into this one. Offside call. 44.3 seconds.
Wow.
Goalie pulled, timeout Maize. Navy over there, Coach Bevan giving instructions on how to just get this puck out of your end and down to the other side.
And this is where the players need to play smart, Harry. A lot of times these
going-
kids, they see these open goals, and that's all they want to do is score a goal. And what they really need to do is win the game, kill clock.
Get it across the red line before you dump it in. Foster can't even watch. He's pacing. He's leaving the building.
Here we go.
Foster wins that one back. Robert dumps it out. Maize has it at center. Can't control it in. Manick sticks it down and away. Poked ahead there by Lauber. And almost out by Fredette. Kept in at the blue line by Maize.
Oh, boy.
Foster down on his
Oh,
knees.
no.
Maize stick handling in. Taken away. They have it in front. Kolchevsky swinging. Oh, out the blue line, the other side, relieving the pressure with 16 seconds left to go. Maize up to Kolchevsky, can't get through. Maize coming back in 1-on-1. Stuck down there by Lauber. Out to the far side, clearing the zone. Into the Maize zone with 4 seconds left, and that's gonna do it. Oh my, what an end to that game.
Holy cow. Wow.
Maize coming in strong.
Wow.
The Navy holds up.
Wow. That game was a lot closer than I think it should have been.
My stomach was a lot tighter than it should be there.
I hate to say it, I looked up at one point and there was 5 blue jerseys and 3 of our guys were trying to score in the empty net. It's like, guys.
We don't know who won the other game that just would have been finishing right around this same time. It's either going to be Utah or Vale Blue, who we beat for a championship last weekend. We won't know, but we will be back on the air 11:45 back at the Dobson Ice Arena in Vale for the Ship. Join us. We will be looking forward to that one. Brian, on behalf of everybody here and yourself, I'm Harry Havlin. I'm signing out for another couple hours.
Oh, another good call, Harry. I'll see you in a few hours.